Hello everyone, today we are going to draw a drawing of an angle. So as you can see, this is the drawing of the angle, the model of the angle. So here are the views of the angle. So first of all, I'm going to draw the base plate of the angle. So what is the dimension of the base plate of the angle? It is 200 mm by 90 mm. So first of all, I'm going to select the top plane, which is already been selected, and I'm going to sketch a center rectangle of length 200 mm and width 90 mm. So smart dimension, I'm going to add a length of 200 mm and a width of 90 mm. Enter. Now what is the, after we have added the length and after we have added dimension, then we have to extrude the base plate. So what is the extrusion length? As you can see in this view, the extrusion length is given. So what is the extrusion length? Extrusion length is 15 mm, as you can see in the view. So I'm going to exit the sketch, go to extruded boss base and add an extrusion length of 15 mm, and I'll just reverse the direction and okay. So my base plate has been made. Now after I've made the base plate, I'll make an angle which is at an angle of 75 degree. This feature is at an angle of 75 degree. So in order to make this feature of at an angle of 75 degree, I have to add a reference plane at a add a reference plane at an angle of 75 degree. Am I going to add reference plane at an angle of 75 degree? It is very easy. So first of all, I'll go to the base plate, select this surface and sketch on it. Then I'm going to add a center line, sketch a center line on it. Okay, so this is the center line and select. Okay, after I've added the center line, and what is the distance of the center line? As you can see from the drawing, the distance of the center line is, the dimension of center line is 25 mm. So I'm going to add a dimension of 25 mm. So click on this and add a dimension of 25 mm. Okay, and after this I'm going to exit the sketch. Now I'll make this one a diametric view. Then I'm going to add a reference plane. So first of all, I'm going to go to into feature. I'm going to go to features. In features, I'm going to select reference, and reference I'm going to select plane. Okay. Now, so first of all, in first reference, I'm going to select this surface, and in the second reference, I'm going to select this line, this construction line. Now as you can see, the construction line is perpendicular, but no, the plane is perpendicular, but we require the plane at an angle of 75 degree. So in order to add an angle of 75 degree, so what we are going to click on this angle, okay, and add 75 degree. Okay, and then click okay. See, now the reference plane is at an angle of 75 degree. So as you saw, it is very easy to add a reference plane. Now after I've added the reference plane, I need to again add a plane which will be perpendicular to the reference plane in order to sketch. So in order to sketch this, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another plane which will be perpendicular to the reference plane in order to sketch this angle. So it might be a little confusing, but just follow me and you'll understand. So I'm going to sketch on this plane, sketch, okay, and draw a center line or a construction line, okay, like this. And what is the dimension of the construction line? Let me check. So the dimension of the construction line is what is the dimension of the construction line at an angle 75 degree? It is 100 mm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the dimension of 100 mm at an angle of 75 degree on the reference plane. And what is the distance of this one from this side? It is 35 mm. This is what? 35 mm. Okay, so I'll go back to Solidworks. Okay, and then I'm going to add a dimension of 100 mm, 100 mm, enter. And then I'm going to add a dimension of 35. Let me cross verify, I forgot it. So it is how much? uh, 35 mm, yes. So from this point to this construction line or center line, the dimension is distance is 35 mm. Okay, now we'll exit the sketch. Now as you can see, I need to make a plane perpendicular to this plane 1 in order to sketch. So how we are going to make a plane? Very easy. So I'm going to go to, again, in features, I'm going to go to reference. In reference, in drop down, I'm going to select plane. In plane, the first reference will be this center line. Okay, and second reference will be this point. See, now you can see it is perpendicular, the plane is perpendicular, so it is done. So you saw how easy it is. Okay, I'll check on it. Now I will draw on it. So I'll select plane 2 and sketch. Okay, now let me check the dimension. The dimension of this angle is, the length is 130 mm. What is the length? The length is 130 mm. As you can see in this view, the length is 130 mm. So I'm going to draw a line of length 130 mm. So I'm going to go to a line, okay, and click on it and draw of distance at 130 mm. Select and smart dimension 130 mm. Okay, now there is a semicircle. Will not bother about this 50 mm dia semicircle, 50 mm dia semicircle. We are now going to only draw this one, the semicircle of radius 40 mm. So r 40 mm. So what I'm going to do, I am first of all going to find the mid. I'm going to select center point arc. Okay, select the midpoint of this line. So the midpoint, as you can see, is at this point, and I'm going to draw arc. I'm going to draw arc. Okay, this is my arc. Select. Now I'm going to add a dimension of what? It is 40 r 40 mm. So r 40 mm. Finish. Now this one, select, and this one, select. Okay, now the dimension of this one is 15 mm. The height is 15 mm. So this one is 15 mm. This one also 15 mm. What happened? This is dimension driven, so I'll just delete. So what I'm going to do now, it's very easy. I'll draw a center line, and because showing dimension driven, so I'm going to draw a center line, and I'm going to copy this one. Okay, so I'll go to, I've drawn a center line, and I'm going to go select mirror entities, select this one and this one, and mirror about this. Finish. Okay, now this is the dimension is 15 mm. Okay, now I'm going to trim entities. This one, no, control Z. I'm going to trim out this one. Trim entities, I'm going to trim out this one and this one. So this is being trimmed out. Smart dimension, and this is at a distance of, from this point, at a distance of 35. Now you can see the drawing is fully defined. Now I will exit the sketch. If there is any problem, as you saw that it was showing dimension driven, so what I did, I deleted this part and I took a center line and I mirror it. You can do this also if there's some error in the drawing. Okay, I'm going to exit the sketch. Now after exited the sketch, what I'm going to do, I'm going to extrude. I'm going to go to features, extruded boss base. So I'm going to select this feature. Now blind, I'm going to go to up to next body. No, up, no, I'll just change the direction then. Okay, now up to next. Okay, up to next. Okay, the part has been made. Now as you can see, it is not complete. Is it complete? No, it is not complete. So what are we going to make? We are going to make a slot, the semicircular slot, semicircle. Okay, so we are going to draw this semicircle and use cut extrude feature to make this. And what is the extrusion, cut extrusion of this one is 70 mm, as you can see over here. So, and what is the dimension? The dimension is 50 mm. So I'm going to go back to drawing, and I'm going to select the, not this plane, sorry, select this surface and sketch on it. Okay, no, then I'm going to go select center arc and center point of this one, and okay, and then I'm going to select a line, select. Now I'm going to add a dimension. The dimension is how much? It will be 50 mm, no, 25. Okay, radius is 25. Let me cross verify. Yeah, let me cross verify. 25 mm dia means 50 mm dia means 25 mm radius. Okay, now it is fully defined. Okay, I can exit the sketch. Now I'll go to features. In features, I'm going to select extruded cut. Now it is going up to next, so I'll uncheck up to next and select blind. So what is the distance which we want for the extrusion cut is 70 mm. This 70 mm, not 75, 70 mm. Okay, see, it is made. Now as you can see, the planes are visible. So what we are going to do, we are going to select the plane, right click and check on this and hide the eye, and check on this, right click, check on this and hide. See, the planes have gone, not gone, it's hidden now. Okay, now what I'm supposed to make, the drawing is almost done. We just need to make 4 holes and add fillet. So how to add the 4 holes, this 4 holes, so I have to sketch on this one. So what is the hole? 4 holes, 5, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is 15 mm from the top surface, and 50 mm, 5 mm and 100 mm between them. Okay, easy. So okay, let me cross verify. Okay, check, correct. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this surface and sketch on it, and then I'm going to select center line, or you can say it is construction line, and draw a straight vertical line and select. So first what I'll do, I'll select 2 circles, 1 and 2, 2 circles. Okay, then I will add a relation. Select this circle, control, select this circle and add a relation equal. So whatever dimension I give to one circle, the same dimension will come to the another circle. So that's why I'm taking the uh, equal constraint. Then I'm going to add smart dimension. So what is the dimension? 12 mm. So 12 mm, added dimension 12 mm. So both of these are 12 mm. So what is the distance between these two circles? The distance between these two circles are uh, how much? 55 mm. So I'm going to select this point. Center to center distance is 55 mm. 55 mm. Okay, and then what is the distance from the top? The distance from the top is 15. Correct. Okay, distance from the top is 15. And what else is missing? The distance from the center line is 50. Why it is 50? You can see, because distance from this circle to this circle is 100. It is symmetric, so obviously here there will be a center line, so it will be 50 mm from this center line to this center line, which we did in the drawing, from this center line to the center point of the circle. Now what else is missing? What else is missing? What else is missing in the dimension? Let me check. 50 mm. Now it is fully defined. Okay, it is fully defined. Before it was not fully defined, because I did not add the vertical constraint. That's why it was not fully defined. Otherwise we would not have, we were not supposed to add another dimension for this 50 mm for the second circle from the central line. Okay, so now to make other two circles, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to mirror entities, select this circle and this circle, and mirror about entities to mirror. I'm going to select this circle and this circle, arc1 arc2. Mirror about, I'm going to select this center line. Okay, enter, enter, and then we're going to exit the sketch. Okay, now I'm going to go to extruded cut and blind. What I've selected, cut extrude. Blind, no need. I'll go not, no need to go for through all. Just go for better is up to next. Through also correct, no issue. Up to next. Okay, it's better practice. Through, up to next. So we are almost done. Now what are we supposed to make? We are, what we are supposed to add? Fillet. See, fillet. So this 3 4 5 6 all are 10 mm. So I'm going to select fillet. Okay, add a fillet of 10 mm. 10 mm is already there, and I'm going to select this, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge, and I'm going to add a fillet of 10 mm. It's been added. Now I want to add a fillet of 5 mm on this edge and this edge. Okay, so I'm going to again go to fillet. Now change the dimension to 5 mm. So this is which type of fillet? Constant size fillet. Okay, and the earlier one was also constant size fillet. So this is not variable size fillet, constant size fillet. So I'm going to select this edge and this edge and add a fillet of 5 mm. Okay, finished. I'm going to add 1 mm. Select this, okay, this, okay, been selected 1 mm. Now you can see we have added all the fillets. Now how to add color? I'm going to go over here, edit appearance, okay, and I'm going to add this color, okay, and I'm going to go over here, bodies, solid body, and I'm going to select bodies, okay. Now this green color has been selected. So this is the end of our drawing. Thank you very much. If you have liked my video, please like and subscribe.